It's Ask AJ time, and I'm here solo. Solo, Sam. Where is Phil? I hear you ask. Well, it's funny you should ask, because he's on holiday. Now, for those of you who know Phil, know that this is not an uncommon occurrence. He's somewhere near Spain at the moment. I was going to say cruising. I don't think you're allowed to say cruising. He's on a cruise. What's his ship called, you know?
I have no idea.
I don't even know where he's going, actually. 2 weeks on a ship. Sounds like my idea of nightmare, but he seems to be quite happy to go several times. It's the same ship as he went on in January. So if you know the name of the ship, message it in the comments below, and I'll tell you if you're right or not. Well, I won't know, actually. But anyway, hopefully, if you're watching this, Phil, you're having an amazing time with your/our beautiful family. So we're here to talk today about 4 things that you can do right now if you're not getting any viewings on your house. Now, it's beautiful weather here at the moment. I'm in the lakes, but it's also beautiful weather in the Dales, where this is being broadcast to. And it's very frustrating when your house is looking gorgeous, your garden is in bloom, you've got your your lovely patio set up, and everything is looking, your house is looking as good as it can possibly look. If your house was on Tinder, it would be getting swiped right all the time, but you're not getting any viewings. Why? What's the reason for it? Well, it's actually really quiet at the moment in terms of viewings. We're getting a lot less viewings per property than we were this time last year, and probably about a tenth of what we were getting, say, 2 years ago. But that's fine, because it wasn't a normal market, and it's much more of a normal market now. However, because of the hot weather and lots of other things that have been happening, things like the coronation, it is quieter at the moment, and it seems much quieter because it has been so frenetic over the last couple of years. It's probably not as quiet as you think. I think viewings are down generally about 20%, but it's certainly not, 20% of viewings that we once had. It just looks lower because it's been so high. That will not give you any comfort if you're on the market right now and you're not getting any viewings. So what can you actually do? What definitive action can you take? Well, there are plenty of things you can do, and plenty of causes for your lack of viewings that don't include the current market, which is something, of course, that's outside your control. So the first one that you can look at is price. Now, there's 2 parts of price you can look at. One is it worth the amount that you're asking for it? Either, is it too high or too low? And 2 is the strategic pricing element of an asking price. So firstly, if you have priced your house with the help of your estate agent at a price that probably fit more 2 years ago in the height of the boom, then you might need to revisit that price and make it a bit more realistic for today's market. However, there is also a danger in going too low. We have sold houses for a good 50% more than any other agent had valued it at. And I think that when a house is priced too low, people think it's too good to be true. Of course, and then you're leaving money on the table. And even though, yes, you can technically get a buyer that will pay over asking price, buyers don't tend to pay that much more than asking price. So if you put a house on the market that's worth $1 million for 600,000, it's very unlikely you'll ever get to $1 million. It's not like eBay where people sort of bid against each other and it gets higher and higher and higher. There is an anchor point in that price. So it needs to be a price that you're happy with, and a buyer's happy with, a surveyor's happy with, and a lender's happy with, and looks about right for your competitors in terms of what you're offering in your house. So some things add a good whack to your price, like a lake view or a mountain view, or being on the side of a beautiful, Dales Fell, for example, or have a far-reaching view over Skipton and the Dales and proper James Herriot country. They all add value to your home. And some things detract from value, like the proximity of your neighbours, whether you're an attached home, whether you've got, sewage works next to you. Not in the houses that we sell. So there are advantages that add value, of course, and there are disadvantages that subtract value. And you have to look objectively at your house in terms of what the market is telling you and say, right, am I priced right for the market at this time, or do I need to adjust my price? The second part of pricing is a strategic price. And there's a couple of things here. So one is the idea of sort of offers over to try and get some competitive interest by pricing a little bit lower and then getting offers over. You can only do that within a certain bandwidth though, so we've got to be very careful of that. We've done it recently. We weren't getting any interest on one of our homes. We dropped the price by, I think it's about 10%, and suddenly we started getting a flurry of interest and we had 2 people bidding against it. And I go figure. So why didn't those people come in at 10% below asking and put an offer in? They didn't. They needed that lower price to tempt them to come and see it and make an offer. The other part of strategic pricing is how your home is listed on Rightmove and the other property portals. So you may already know this, but if you price your house at 499,999, for example, well, the next banding on Rightmove starts at 500,000. So yes, you're going to show in a search that goes up to 500,000, but if that person puts 500,000 pounds in as a minimum, you're not going to show in that search. So therefore, it's really important to be on one of the Rightmove pricing bandings, like 500, 550, 600, or at the lower end, I think it's 425, 450, and 500. And at the upper end, I think it's 1, 1.25, 1.5, 2 million, 3 million. I think it's like that. So it's very important to be at one of those price bandings, because what happens is you turn up in both those 2 search results. So if you're pricing at 500,000 on the nose, you appear in search results up to 500,000 and onward from 500,000. So potentially up to double the amount of people on Rightmove will find you. So it's quite important to be at that. And people do tend to use those bandings. You know, the 500 to 600 banding is a lot more popular than, say, the 625 banding. So make sure you go for one of the big bandings if you possibly can do. That's what we call strategic pricing. So that's price. That's one of the things you can change, that you're in control of, that you can change about your house to get more interest in your house. Number 2 is presentation. How does your house present to the market? If it's an old cottage, you know, with roses around the door, is it presented that in a way that somebody would be pleasantly surprised when they walk through the front door? Is it all, you know, a little bit chintzy and traditional and country cottage? Or does it not fit with, we sold a house a couple of years ago where it's a beautiful country home, country cottage, and it had a very high gloss red kitchen in it, and it just didn't fit. And the first thing that the new buyers did was rip out the kitchen and put a more country feel kitchen in it. So same goes the other way around. Is it a, you know, really, really contemporary house with all sharp angles, and is it like a Huff house, but you've got very sort of classic traditional furniture in it? So you've got to make sure that the house is presented for the audience. If somebody wants a modern house, they want modern furnishings, and vice versa. And look at your presentation and think, well, I know that I was going to change my sofa at some point, but I was going to wait till after I've moved. No, change it now, because it will lift the whole house. It's a lot easier to change a sofa that you're going to be taking with you than change, say, the decor of the house. Make sure the decor is clean and that surfaces are uncluttered, and that you haven't piled a lot of stuff into each room, and that teenagers behave themselves with the way their bedrooms are presented, and that your garage doesn't look like, you know, hoarders live there. So just keep it nice and clean and tidy with not too much stuff, so you don't overpower the house and the people can see the house for what it is. Remember that in every room there is one main feature and usually a secondary feature, and make sure that they stand out, whether it's a fireplace, a door or beam, some feature of the room. So make sure that they all stand out in every room. So that's presentation. Number 3 is the way the house is promoted, and this has got several aspects to it, as you can anticipate me saying. So from the brochure, have we got a brochure handy actually, Liam, in here? I probably haven't got one to hand, but he's going to go and grab one so I can actually show you one. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's a lovely one. I really like this one. Thank you. Look at this Manor House, which is in Long Preston, near Skipton. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? So when somebody's buying a house of this ilk, I can't remember what it's on the market for now. Would you have a look for me, please? BD23 4NQ. I'm going to make a guess. No, I'm not going to make a guess. When somebody's buying a house of this ilk, they're used to being marketed to in a very sophisticated way. So your brochure, your photography, your copy, your floor plan, the way the house is presented to market online and offline needs to be commensurate with the value of the house. It's really important that person feels seduced into viewing. Got it? 1.65 million. Do you know what? Put that in the lakes and you could flipping double that price. Absolutely gorgeous. At the end of a long private lane, it's like a quarter of a mile long driveway. I absolutely adore this house, can you tell? So yeah, let's make sure we seduce the buyers to, enjoy the process of looking through the photographs, reading the copy, scanning the floor plan, and then maybe doing a little drive-by and then booking a viewing, coming to see it, spending a couple of hours in a house like this, and then maybe coming back for a second viewing with a significant other, and then putting in the offer in. And every single part of that process is being carefully orchestrated to make sure that person feels safe and secure in their buying journey and confident in their decision to purchase the house. And that all starts with the marketing. That's how important it is. Houses on Rightmove with beautiful lifestyle photography get far, far more clicks than those without. That's why we use twilight images, which I'm not sure if we've got in here, but we usually use twilight images. Maybe we couldn't get one of this particular house. But if you look through all our photographs, you'll see that a lot of our leading images are twilight images. There we go, there's a twilight image. That's just of a little cottage though. We've got a little Airbnb cottage on the grounds. Oh, such a beautiful house. So that's promotion. And of course, as part of promotion is the estate agent. Have you got confidence in your estate agent? Are they coaching and guiding and advising you? Are they acting as your home selling and moving mentor? Do you have confidence in what they tell you? Do you feel like they've got your best interests at heart? Are they communicating with you frequently? And even when there's no news, are they telling you there's no news? Do they answer the phone to you quickly and readily? And are they happy to hear from you? When you send an email, do you get a reply in the first couple of hours? We're not perfect at communication, but we try very, very hard to make sure that when somebody is selling a home with us, we keep in as much communication as possible, because we know communication is key to that person keeping their trust and their confidence in us. So hopefully you're feeling that from your estate agent, but if you're not, maybe time to have a chat to another agent. And if you're in a different part of the country that we don't cover, if you want to have a chat with us anytime, of course, you're welcome to. You can get me here in this office on 01539488811. And if you are in an area that we cover and you didn't choose us as your estate agent and you do have a unique home, of course, again, we can help. So give me a ring, and a confidential chat might be just what you need right now. And then the last element of getting more viewings on your house is timing. It could be that you've gone on the market at the worst possible time of the year, that it's all of a sudden the sun's come out, the kids are on holiday and nobody wants to come and see your house. It's fine. Just take a break from the market. Give yourselves a break. Enjoy your garden. Sit and have a G&T in the evening, not have to worry about clearing up for a viewing the next morning. Give yourself that little bit of time off the market to give the buyers a chance to come back again. Because what happens is you go on the market, you get a flurry of viewings. By week 2 or 3, that's slowed down to say 1 a week. By the second month, you're getting 1 a month, and you're getting a bit despondent, and your estate agent doesn't know what else to suggest. So actually taking a break from the market helps everybody. It gives you a break. A couple of months off the market for a school holiday, for example, coming back onto the market in September might be just what you need. We've taken homes off the market for 8, 12, 16 weeks and come back and had, a massive amount of interest. So leaving it on the market all the time is not the answer. Almost always it's better to take it off the market than let it go stale on the market, because buyers are fickle. Sorry, buyers, you are. You like new, shiny homes. You don't want homes that have been on Rightmove forever. As soon as we put a home live on Rightmove, we get a flurry of calls because people like shiny new things, don't they? So give them the chance for your home to be a shiny new thing for them. And if you are on the market with another agent, then we can do the same thing for you. We take a break from the market and we relaunch your home to market looking completely different to how it's looked before, which means new photography, new lifestyle images, new copy, new brochure, everything that's going to make your home look entirely different online. And that's it. So if you're not getting any viewings, those are the 4 things to look at first. You price strategically and your definitive price, what it's worth. The presentation, how your house looks on the inside and the outside. Make sure it attracts the target market. Promotion, your photography, your brochure, your floor plan, your copy, and your Rightmove advert, and your estate agent themselves. Are they doing the best job for you? And number 4 is timing. Have you gone on the market at the right time? Do you need to take a little break now for your own sanity and come back when there's more buyers around? And that's it. 4 ways to get more viewings on your house. I'm Sam from Ashdown Jones, and I'll see you on the next Ask AJ. Bye for now.